Hello everyone. It's so nice to be going live on my page to teach for the first time in a while. I'm just going to pop some music on and give it around 2 to 3 minutes for everyone to join. So feel free to get yourself ready. I'm just going to wait for everyone to be notified that it's getting started soon. Hi guys. I'm going to give it probably around 2 more minutes. So if you're joining, just get yourselves ready. Grab yourself a mat. Hi everyone. Hello. Hi Claudia. So cool to see some of you guys here. So it's 9 o'clock in New Zealand, 8 in the morning, I believe, in the UK. I'm just waiting on 1 or 2 more people to join so that we can get started. But I'll talk a little bit about what we're doing today. It's just going to be a 30 to 40 minute-ish flow, yoga dance flow, and we're going to be looking at some liquid fluidity today. So really finding complete connection from one pose to the next. I haven't quite seen the people that I thought were coming yet, but they're probably just waking up because it's the UK. There we go. Hey Hannah. Cool. So I don't want to take too much longer introing. I want us to get started. So I'm not going to play music today. If you want to pop your own playlist on in the background, please feel free. And apologies, I do not have tons of space, but I should be able to talk you through everything, so that's all good. So when you're ready, we're going to get started. Good morning. I'm just going to actually turn the comments off so that it doesn't interrupt any of you guys that are looking at the screen. But we're going to get started down on our backs today. I'm just going to tie my hair up. So just make your way down to your mat. Slowly roll yourself down onto your back and just have your feet planted into the floor. You can bring the knees together if you like, just to ease out that lower back. And once you've got down onto your mat, just close your eyes down. Place one hand onto the belly and one hand onto the heart space. And we're just going to take a moment to arrive, whether it's your morning, maybe you've just got out of bed, or maybe it's your evening. You're heading into the rest of your night. Just take a moment to tune in with the eyes closed as to what's going on for you in your little internal world right now. Taking that sight away so that you can start to listen to the other information that your body is giving you. And we're going to start by connecting to our own inner tide today. So everything is going to be around fluidity and water and liquid. And with our breath work, as we drop in, I'm going to want you to really think of the ocean tide moving up and down the shoreline. So with that image in mind, we're just going to start to do a little bit of deepening into the inhale and exhale. So just take a nice deep breath in just to start, and then open the mouth, sigh it out, let it go. Now, I want you to fill up your breath, first of all, into the lower hand in the belly, and then continue breathing up into the rib cage, and then continue breathing all the way up into the top hand, into the chest, and hold. And then we're going to rush that back down. So we exhale and we allow the chest to soften, the rib cage to let go, and then a little squeeze in with the belly button to finish. So we're going to do a few rounds like that. So imagining that tide of air rising up from belly all the way to the chest, holding at the top, and then gently rushing back down all the way to the belly button to finish. So we'll do a few together. Inhale, exhale, release. And we begin breathing, filling up belly, filling up ribs, filling up chest. Holds. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly, and pause. Other way, belly, ribs, chest. Hold at the top. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly, and pause. 2 more like that. Belly, ribs, chest, and hold. Rushing out, chest, ribs, belly, and pause. Last one in your own time. Just feeling that tide rising all the way up to the collarbone as you breathe in. And with the exhale, settling it all the way back down, all the way down to the belly. Nice. Just gently bring the knees into the chest and just take a little rock from side to side. So throughout our practice today, I want you to be checking in with that breath. I'm going to be checking into our own inner tide as we move. Gently rock and roll yourself up to a seat. And then in your own way, we're going to find our way all the way up to standing. We're going to start into Tadasana mountain pose today. So find those feet grounded. Take a little bend into the knees. Drop the pelvis down, so find your neutral pelvis. And then just take a couple shoulder rolls up and back, loosen out the shoulders. Bring the chin slightly in towards the chest, hands are facing forwards. And then close the eyes down here. We're just going to take 2 rounds of that breath standing now, so you can feel the tide rising all the way up to the chest and then dropping back down. So breathing in belly, ribs, chest, and hold, and then exhaling the chest, the rib cage, and then that little engagement of the belly to finish. 1 more in your own time. Good. So we're going to warm the body up with just a little liquid vinyasa on each side of the body. So we're aiming to find smoothness and fluidity from one pose to the next here. So as you breathe in, reach the arms up. Exhale, we fold forward into our forward fold. Take a bend in the knees, it's the first one. Inhale, little ripple up through the spine. Exhale, folding down. Good. Stepping the left foot back, come to your runner's lunge. And we begin a light little wave in the hips up, back and forwards. Finding the hips moving vertically in the space. And then rotate that the other way, so the wave comes up, back and over, bending from one knee to the next. Good. Place the hands into the floor, push the mat away, lift the right foot, step it back to plank. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, shift the weight forward, knees come to the mat, chest come all the way down, bring the hips down to join, roll the shoulders up, back and down, ripple up the spine. Exhale forward, come to the ground with the forehead. Once forehead touches, push up to all fours. We'll pause here in all fours position. We'll just take 2 rotations in our cat-cow. So head and tailbone go over to the right, and then they come all the way through our cow pose, head and tailbone to the left, and then push up into our cat. So we're taking that circular motion, tailbone and head all the way around. Switch it to the other way, take the circle in the other direction. Good. Tuck the toes under, sit the hips up to your first downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. We're going to wave through the spine back to plank, so lift up onto the toes. Tailbone curls under, chin comes into the chest, shift the weight all the way forward, come to your plank. Once you get there, bend the knees, bend the elbows, hips go back up to downward facing dog. 1 more time like that. Let's wave. So hips rolling up and over, we come all the way to our plank, and as soon as you get there, the tide rushes back up. Good. Inhale, left leg comes up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring it through, step it between the hands and come straight into those hip circles that we did in our runner's lunge before. So we're shifting from one knee to the other. The hips are moving up and over. Take the hips in the other direction now. And keep connecting in with that breath as you move. We're going to be doing a lot of moving today. Good, right foot steps to join the left, forward fold. Breathe in, a little lift through the heart. Exhale, come down. Bend the knees and slow roll up the spine. When you reach the top, breathe in, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bend the knees slightly, just connecting with that breath. Now you're standing. We'll take that all to the other side. And as much as we can, let's try and flow from one pose to the next. So breathe in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, ripple halfway. Exhale, ripple down. Right foot steps to the back of the mat. Take those circles in your runner's lunge. Finding your wave of the hips and the pelvis moving up and over the legs. Hands come to the mat, step it back to plank. Inhale here, shift forwards. Knees, chest, chin to the ground. Hips come down to join. Shoulders roll up and back, come to baby cobra, ripple up. Exhale, ripple down. Push into the hands, all fours. We take 2 circles in each direction in our cat-cow. Good, once you've finished your second rotation, tuck the toes under, push the hips up to downward facing dog, and 2 waves through the body to plank. Inhaling to come forwards, exhaling to rush back. Inhale, roll forwards, exhale, come back. Good, right leg comes up this time. Exhale, step it through. Come straight into that wave motion in the hips, up and over. 2 in one direction, 2 in the other. And then step that left foot to join the right. Hang out in your forward fold for a second here. Bend the knees. Allow the chest to rest into the thighs and let the neck and the head go. Shake it no. Nod it yes. Nice deep breaths into the belly here. Fill the belly up with air into the front of the thighs. And then exhale, drop the hips, we roll all the way up. When you reach the top, we breathe in, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands down to heart, close the eyes down. So we're going to begin our liquid flow from here. And we're really going to see how we can find one connection to the next as much as we can. First round, I'm going to talk you through it pose by pose. And then second, potentially third round, we're going to find our own timing and flow in the choreographed flow for today. So find your hips in Tadasana, your feet are planted below. And we'll begin. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Exhale, find your way down into your forward fold. Step your feet back to downward facing dog. And we begin from here. So breathe in, lift up onto the toes. Exhale, ground the heels down. Breathe in, we wave forward to our plank. And then with the exhale, you're going to draw your right knee into the chest. Good. From here, the right toes are going to pull backwards all the way up, leading you into your 3-legged dog. Good. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring that knee in towards the nose. Look forwards and step the foot forwards into your runner's lunge. As soon as the foot hits the floor, we're going to push into that right foot, reach our arms all the way up into a high crescent. Breathe in here. As you exhale, you're going to drop your elbows down. The chest dives forward over the right knee, and you're just going to play with flying up to your warrior 3. Good. As soon as you get up, bend the right knee and come straight back down. And then we're going to breathe in, reach the arms up, place the left foot into the floor, do a full circle backwards with the arms, and then as they come down, we're going to plant that right foot into the floor and move down into our pyramid pose. So fingertips are coming down towards the mat. We're keeping a nice long straight spine. Good. Take a breath here. And then as you exhale, place the hands down, and we're going to swipe that right foot back up to the three-legged dog. And then exhale, as you exhale, take the toes over to the right. I can't do it because I have a wall, but keep reaching to them to the right, and then all the way around and towards the front of your mat, place the right foot into the floor. Good, shift the left foot so the left foot is into the floor now. We're going to lift up through our left arm all the way up into our warrior two. Breathe in, reverse your warrior, flip the right hand, lift up. And then with the exhale, straighten the right leg, lift the right toes. We're allowing the chest to fall over to the left as it keeps falling down all the way into our wide leg forward fold. Good. Once you get there, we just allow the chest and the upper body to rock over to the right. And then we swing it over to the left. Keep rotating towards that left foot. Come into our runner's lunge on the left side. And then just step that left foot straight back to your downward facing dog. So we're facing the back of our mat now, and we're ready to go on the other side. Just bring the knees down to the floor, sit the hips back, and we'll take 3 breaths in our child's pose, just to reset in between. Really breathing into the belly. You can open the mouth, sigh the breath out. 2 more like that. Good. When you're ready, rocking up onto all fours. Tuck the toes under, come back up to your downward facing dog, and we'll go to the other side. Trying to find just a little bit more connection from one pose to the next now. Breathe in, reach up onto the toes. Exhale, ground the heels. Breathe in, we ripple forward all the way into plank. And then as we exhale, we bring the left knee into the chest. Good. Send the left toes back and all the way up into your three-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes in towards the nose, look forward, step the left foot through. Inhale, arms come all the way up into our high crescent. And then we cut through the elbows, allow the chest to dive forward over the left leg, and just play with coming up into your warrior three. As soon as you get up, you bend the knee, come back down. We circle the arms up and back as we straighten the left leg. Exhale, we find our way down into our pyramid pose. Hands come to the ground, and then we take that left foot all the way up and back to our three-legged dog. Good. The left toes go all the way out to the left side, all the way around. Step it all the way to the front of the mat. Rotate the right foot down to the floor, reach up through the right arm all the way up to your warrior two. Breathe in, reach the arm up and back, reverse warrior. Keep reaching, stretch the left leg, and the chest comes all the way round and over into your wide leg forward fold. Swing the chest to the left, swing the upper body to the right, and come back to your runner's lunge to face the front of your mat. And then step that right foot back, downward facing dog. Good. Ripple up over onto your knees, sit the hips back, and we take 2 to 3 breaths here in our child's pose. So now you have got the idea and you've got the sequencing of the postures we're moving through. I really want you for the next 2 rounds to really play with finding seamless movement. So as soon as one thing connects to the floor, the next limb is moving up into the next. And we're finding this up and over, a kind of wave-like motion through the body, this continuous fluidity from one pose to the next. So when you're ready, roll yourself up. Come all the way up to your downward facing dog, and we'll begin again. Breathe in, rise up onto the toes. Exhale down. Breathe in, ripple all the way forwards to plank. When you get there, the knee comes into the chest. Toes lead you all the way up to your three-legged dog. Inhale the knee to nose. Look forward, step the foot through. We rise all the way up to our high crescent. And now this time, break the elbows, come down, and if you have handstand in your practice, instead of shifting into warrior three, you're going to play with bringing your hands down to the floor and kicking up to a handstand. Good. Come down, come all the way up, arms circle up, back and round, and we come into our pyramid pose. As soon as the hands hit, the right foot comes all the way up to our three-legged dog. reaches over to the right, comes all the way around to the front of the mat. As soon as the foot hits, we lift up through the left arm to our warrior two. Reach the right arm up and back. We keep tilting over to the left side, all the way down to our forward fold. Swing the chest to the right, swing to the left. Frame the left foot and step back to downward facing dog, straight away to the other side. Come up onto the toes, exhale down. Ripple to your plank. Left knee comes to the chest. Left toes pull you up to your three-legged dog. Knee comes into the nose, look forward, step it through. Breathe in, reach the arms all the way up. We cut through the elbows, chest dives forward, play with your handstand here. As you come down, we find the arms circling all the way up, back and round. And we dive the chest forward into our pyramid pose. Left foot leads you up to the three-legged dog. And then we continue that circle all the way around. Left foot comes all the way to the front of the mat. Plants into the floor, and then we reach up to our warrior two. Breathe in, reverse your warrior. Straighten the left leg, continue falling over to the right into your wide leg forward fold. Swing left, swing right, frame the right foot. Step it back to your downward facing dog. Good, ripple yourself down to a child's pose. Take the knees wide and take a couple breaths. Feel the beat of your heart into the chest. Lots of moving requires us to then sit still and listen to what's going on in the body. Listening to our own inner tide, the rising and the falling. Take 2 or 3 more breaths here. And then we'll really play with flowing through that one more time for ourselves. So in your own time, gently bring yourself back up. We'll shift into all fours, come up to our downward facing dog. And we flow again, so lift the heels, drop the heels, weight forwards to plank, right knee to chest. Toes go back, three-legged dog, knee to nose. Look forward, step it through, all the way up to high crescent. Good, elbows drop down. Play with your handstand. Come all the way back. Arms come up and round. Pyramid pose. Right leg comes back to three-legged dog. It circles all the way round to the front of the mat. Lifting up to your warrior two. Reaching up and back. Keep reaching all the way around to your wide leg forward fold. Swinging to the right. Swinging to the left, frame the left foot, and downward facing dog. And again, lift up, lower down, ripple forwards to plank, left knee into the chest, left toes lead you back, three-legged dog, knee to nose, look forward, step through, come all the way up to high crescent, diving yourself forwards, playing with your warrior three or your handstand. Good, circle the arms up and back. Pyramid pose. Left leg comes back, three-legged dog. All the way round. Come to the front of the mat with the left foot. Coming all the way up to your warrior two. Reaching up and back, straighten the left leg. Coming all the way around into your wide leg forward fold. Swing it left. Swing it right. And step yourself back to your downward facing dog. Ripple yourself down. Find your child's pose with the knees together this time. And we pause here for a few breaths. Feeling that heartbeat into the fronts of the thighs. Allowing the body to be still. As still as it can be. We are actually forever in motion. So if we can find our own liquid fluidity and our own inner flow and start moving with whatever's going on inside, take a couple more breaths. just going to gently roll yourself all the way up. Shift yourself onto all fours. We'll just start to ease our way down. Breathe in, reach your right arm up to the right, all the way open. And then thread it through to your thread the needle. We'll just take a gentle twist into the spine. Just allowing the breath to slow down. You can reach that left arm up to the sky if you want and open up your thread the needle. Just slowly moving towards a little bit more stillness in each posture, even though there's still a lot of movement happening within the body, with the breath, with the blood rushing around. Take the left hand to the floor. Gently push yourself back up. Take it to the other side. Breathe in, the left arm comes up. And then thread it through, thread the needle. Option to open the arm up to the sky. Making sure to keep the hips in line in this posture. One more breath here. And then exhale, that right arm comes down. Bring yourself all the way back up. And then you're going to thread the right arm under and through in order to roll down onto your back. Back where we began. Draw the knees into the chest. Take a couple circles with the knees, just ease out the hips and the lower back. And then hugging the right knee into the chest, extend the left leg out down to the ground. Really flex through that left foot, pull up the left kneecap and pull that right knee in towards the chest. Close the eyes down here. Just take a couple nice deep breaths down into the belly, down into that crease, into the hip flexor. And then gently switching the legs over. Left knee comes into the chest, right leg down to the ground. Really flex through the right foot and pull up the right kneecap. Taking 3 to 4 breaths here, just really increasing that crease in the left hip. Good. Draw the right knee up to join the left. We're just going to move into a happy baby before we finish. So bring the feet up to the sky and we're either catching hold of the outer edge of the feet or the inside edge. But then just gently allowing the knees to drop down towards the floor. And when you come into this, make sure you're still pressing the back of the sacrum into the ground so that you have a nice long spine still. And then with the eyes closed down, just take a couple really deep breaths in and out through the belly. Allowing this deep opening down into the sacral chakra. This space of creativity, sensuality, highly emotional center. And connecting to the fluidity of those emotions as you balance out. Good, one more breath here. And then exhale, bring the knees into the chest, close that off, squeeze the knees in together now. Good, draw the head up to the knees, come into a tight little ball. And then when you exhale, we're going to bring everything down to the ground. And move yourself into your Shavasana. Just allowing your body to now arrive and land into the floor. Allowing all of that movement and motion to start to settle down into the body now. All of the shifting and rocking of the water starts to settle. And just allow it to find stillness within the body. Allowing the only movement to be the belly rising and falling. And then to drop into our Shavasana here, we're just going to take 5 of those breaths that we started with, the tidal breathing. So in your own time, just slowly deepening the breath. We breathe in through belly, ribs and chest. Pause at the top. And then exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Taking 4 more of those in your own time, just really finding that deepening and that filling up gently all the way to the collarbone before releasing all the way back down to the diaphragm. Allowing every exhale to just soften the water inside. Allow it to come to even more stillness, letting go of anything that is still there that needs letting go of. Finishing up your last breath. One more, really filling up belly all the way up to your collarbone. And then as you exhale, let go of the control of the breath. Allow the breath to come back to its natural rhythm. And just allow yourself to bathe here. Imagine your body floating in water. And if you have time to stay here for a little bit longer, I really encourage you just to stay with your Shavasana for as long as it feels right to do so. Or if you need to edge on into the rest of your day or evening now, just start to bring a little bit of rippling and commotion to the water you're in. Starting to move the edges of the body again. And keeping the eyes closed, just gently rolling into one side. And slowly bringing yourself up to a seat. With the eyes closed down, just bring the hands over to the heart space. Connecting into the inner movement of the body one last time. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, sigh the breath out. And then drop that chin to chest. And slowly allow the light to trickle back into the eyes as you bring yourself back to the physical body and the external room. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're all doing good. So if you're still here, this was a donation-based class today. If you're watching it on my IGTV later, you do not have to contribute at all, but if you do want to give a small donation for class, feel free to head to the link in my bio, and there's a little PayPal link in there that you can donate through. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. I'm going to turn comments back on just so that I can see you all. Hello, hi everyone. Thank you for joining. Hope you're all feeling good. Hope you have a beautiful day if you're the other side of the world. And if you're here with me, I hope you have a restful evening. Thanks, Hannah. I'll be doing another one of these next week from quarantine, and then I'm going to assess my schedule beyond that once I return to the real world. Thank you, Amy. So lovely to see you. Thanks, everyone. Another one soon. Yes, Hannah, I'll be back, I promise. I'll save this over on my IGTV in case you want to come back to it at all. But other than that, I'm going to go get myself ready for bed now. So sending love to you all, and I'll see you soon.